Where do these rogues keep coming from? Reece roared. At the start of the attack, Reece noticed one rogue wolf hanging back from the fighting, looking for an opportunity to break away while Reece and the guards were distracted. That's not going to work on me, Reece thought. The wolf saw his opportunity, and he made a run for it. Reece chased after him immediately, with Noah and 2 other guards following close behind. They chased the rogue up the mountain and toward the house. He was faster than most, but Reece was gaining on him. That's when Reece smelled them, Little Bunny and a group of others. It was a beautiful day. She must have taken some women and kids from the pack out on the mountain. This can't get any worse. Reece picked up his pace. He had to catch the rogue before he reached his Little Bunny. But things did get worse. Just as Reece was about to catch up with the rogue wolf, he spotted Dylan, a cub from his pack, directly in the bad wolf's path. No, Reece snarled. Leave the boy alone. Our mission may have failed, the rogue wolf sneered, but this isn't over. And then he saw a flash of movement. He would recognize that sprint anywhere. He'd been watching her every day for the last 2 months now. He knew how she ran, how she leaped, and how bold she was. Reece watched as his Little Bunny ran toward the boy in order to save him. She's too selfless for her own good. Reece watched as Trinity pushed the little boy to safety, but his relief soon turned to dread when the rogue slammed into her. Trinity flew backwards off the cliff. It seemed to happen in slow motion, as if Reece had all the time in the world to get to her, but he didn't make it. He could only watch in horror as she went over the edge out of sight. As Reece approached the edge of the cliff, he could already smell the sharp scent of her blood. Noah and the guards finally caught up to the rogue. They captured him and began dragging him back to the house while Reece began his steep descent. His wolf paws much more adept at navigating the sheer slope than human feet would have been. When he reached the base of the slope, he didn't see her anywhere. His heart sank as he approached the river. She must have fallen in. If I don't get to her in time, if she's unconscious, Reece couldn't bring himself to finish his thought. He dove into the water. Even with his wolf metabolism, the water was frigid cold. Despite the freezing pain, their bond was more powerful than the running water, and he could smell her slightly downstream. Trinity had been caught on a large rock, but Reece's relief was short-lived when he found her. Her face was underwater. Reece roared in anger as he shifted back to his human form and pulled her to him. She's not breathing. Reece laid her down on the riverbank and breathed for her. Oh, goddess, she's not breathing. Breathe. Reece could not remember the last time he had begged for anything. Damn it, Little Bunny. Please, breathe. Don't die on me. Oh, thank goddess. Reece exclaimed as he felt Trinity's body jerk. He rolled her onto her side and thumped her back to help her expel the water from her lungs. She took a few shaking breaths, gasping for air before she settled into a shallower, wheezy breathing. Thank you, Reece cried over and over. Thank you for not dying. He held her in his arms, close to his chest. Her body was shivering. She was soaking wet, and it was freezing outside. Reece cradled her to his chest, and he ran back to the house as quickly as he could, hoping his body temperature would help warm her. He ran through the door, not caring that he was and might scare the staff. Noah, Reece roared. Call Dr. Griffin and bring me some fresh clothes from the Luna's room. Reece pushed past him and up the stairs to Trinity's room. He laid her gently on the bed, then ran to the bathroom for a handful of towels. Dr. Griffin is on his way. The rogue is in the basement along with 2 of his friends. Good. I plan to interrogate him later. Reece threw on his clothes. Is she going to be all right? Noah put a hand to Trinity's forehead. She was ghostly pale. She better be. What happened? Dr. Griffin stormed into the room. Anyone else would need to ask permission, but Reece was glad that the doctor didn't waste any time with formalities. Taking care of the Luna was everyone's priority, as it should be. She was pushed off a mountain, hit her head, and nearly drowned. "Someone is after me," Reece growled, "and they're using my Luna to get to me." "It looks like they almost succeeded. How strange." Griffin checked the wound on her head. "She sustained a blow in the same spot as last time. It's already starting to close up." "That rogue is going to pay for what he's done," snarled Noah. "Are you ready, Alpha?" "Wait," Dr. Griffin stopped them. "I'm more concerned about hypothermia right now. We need to warm her up. Do you have any heated blankets?" Noah and Reece looked at each other and shook their heads. Wolves were naturally warm-blooded, except under dire circumstances like these, they would have no use for a heated blanket. "Can't we just pile on blankets?" Reece wondered. "That's an option, though less effective. She needs warmth. Her body isn't warm enough to create its own right now." Griffin looked at Reece sternly. "What? You mean me?" "You are her mate," Noah glared at Reece. "Who else would do it?" "Fine, I'll do it."
Want to know what happens next? Click on the link in the description below to watch further episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.